Please repeat. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So for the past 4 or 5 times I've been here in Radharaman Vedic Temple, I've been speaking on the 9th chapter of Bhagavad Gita. The 9th chapter is entitled The Most Confidential Knowledge. That means there is confidential knowledge, more confidential knowledge, and this chapter, most confidential. So confidential knowledge, that was explained in chapter 2. When Krishna informed Arjuna, you are not your body, which is temporary. You are eternal, spirit, soul. And in 20 verses in chapter 2, Krishna gives the difference between matter and spirit, between what is eternal and what is temporary, what is matter, spirit, body, and soul. These are 2 concepts here. That's confidential knowledge. More confidential knowledge is to understand that there is another soul within the body known as Param Atma. That is explained in chapter 13, where Krishna says, there are 2 knowers of the field of the body. You know right now what you're feeling right now. Maybe you're a little hot, or maybe you have something bothering you, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on in your, but you very well know what, just like me right now. My dhoti is tied too tight and it's pinching. All right, but you don't know that, right? So your consciousness is limited to your body. But Krishna says, right at the beginning of chapter 13, Krishna says to Arjuna, Arjuna, I am situated in everybody's body and I know what's going on. That's why we're not God. Because our consciousness is limited to this. But Krishna knows what's going on in everybody's body. How is that? Achintya Shakti. Inconceivable potency. Unless this concept of Achintya Shakti is accepted, you will not understand God. It'll be faulty. It will be deficient. This is perhaps the most important concept of understanding God. Inconceivable potency. For instance, how many 7-year-old boys do you know can lift a mountain and hold it for 7 days? But Krishna did that. He lifted Govardhan Hill. Krishna danced the rasa dance and manifested for each gopi a separate form. And each gopi was thinking, I am dancing alone with Krishna. Shri Shri Radharaman Bhagavana Ki. So, if you read the Srimad Bhagavatam, the 90 chapters of the Krishna Leela, you will learn chapter after chapter how this Krishna has achintya or inconceivable potencies. Okay, so Super Soul, Paramatma, which is an expansion of Krishna, that's more confidential knowledge. So in this 9th chapter, which is the most, you understand Krishna as the supreme God, and you understand his devotees and the via medium of exchange, devotional service. Sometimes the question is asked, Prabhu, what is bhakti? Here is one way to explain it. It's the exchange of love between the devotee and God. That's bhakti. Just like if I go to somebody's house, recently I was at Rambai's house. Was that 2 months ago, last month? So, as soon as I arrived, Rambai and Aruna, immediate, Prabhu, please take this, was it mango you gave me? Something was nice, right? Immediately, that's the exchange, that's service, that's the exchange of love. Prabhupada writes, service is the most congenial form of intimacy. So when we serve either Krishna or his devotees, that's real love. That's love. It's real. So this is the most confidential knowledge. God, his devotee, and their exchange of, and there's reciprocation. Krishna also serves the devotees. So many examples of that in the 10th canto of Srimad Bhagavatam. You read it. I'm reading it again for the umpteenth time. I'm actually recording the entire 10th canto. It's on my website, little by little. And we see incident after incident. Why did Krishna lift Govardhan Hill? To protect the residents of Vrindavan. So there's reciprocation. Okay, so we left, there are 34 verses in chapter 9. We left off on text number 24. Ahang hi sarva yagyanang bhokta cha prabhur evacha natu mam abhijananti tat venatas cha vayanti te. Here is a very bold statement by Krishna. I am the only enjoyer and master of all sacrifices. This is a repetition of what Krishna said at the end of chapter 5. Bhoktaram yagyatapasam. Krishna said the same thing. I am the enjoyer of all sacrifices. Therefore, Krishna says, if you do not recognize my true transcendental nature, so Krishna's transcendental nature, Sat, Chit, Ananda. Krishna's body is eternal. Our bodies are not eternal. You see it every day in the mirror. You're seeing it. You're feeling it. It's like nowadays, I compare my own life to my car. Because the more I drive my car, I'm starting to hear, I'm probably going to have to get brakes. You can hear things. And the way it drives, it's not as sharp. So the same way with our bodies as we get older. Right? I'm 69. I think some of you are older than me. You know what I'm talking about. It's failing us, isn't it? It's failing. It's hard to get up in the morning. When I was young, you just jump out of bed. Oh, it's time to play. Not now, boy. It's like, So Krishna's body is eternal, full of knowledge, and blissful. This body is not blissful. It's not a blissful body, this one. Right? Ye Bhoktik Sharir, the song, the Agyan Kamandari. Yes? Full of ignorance. I pick up a few words here and there. So Krishna says, if you do not recognize his transcendental nature, you will fall down. So don't fall down. Recognize Krishna's transcendental nature. Eternal, full of bliss and knowledge. Now, number 25. This one, I like this one. Because here Krishna is going to show how everybody gets what they want. Yanti deva vrata devan patrin yanti patrivrata bhutani yanti bhuteja yanti madhyajino pimam. Krishna says, those who worship the demigods will take birth among the demigods. Simple. Those who worship the ancestors go to the ancestors. Yes, there is a planet called Pitriloka, which is considered like a heavenly planet, although it's at the bottom of the universe, just above Naraka. But it's considered a heavenly planet, and the forefathers can stay there as long as their children on earth do your favorite thing. What is that? Shrad. No Shrad, vacation's over. So if we love our ancestors and we want them to remain in a nice situation, we do the Shrad. And if it's a question of money, right? Don't worry. Chant Hare Krishna. That's the best Shrad. Everybody. That's why this boy here, you don't have to worry about nothing. Keep doing kirtan and worship the deity. You're delivering so many generations of your forefathers. They're smiling on you. They're saying, oh, Raghu, keep going, keep chanting. Haribol. Those who worship ghosts and spirits will take birth among such beings. Nowadays, you'd be surprised. People I read on that internet. There are people worshiping ghosts and spirits. There's this thing, you sell your soul to the devil and you get these amazing powers. People are doing it. That's what's going to happen. You worship ghosts and spirits, you're going to join them. And those who worship me, who's me? Yeah, not me, don't worship me. Those who worship me, Krishna says, will live with me. Now, I don't know about you, but I've read so much about Krishna's abode, that's where I want to go. I want to go and live with Krishna. I want to play with Krishna, either as a cowherd boy or dance with Krishna as a gopi. I'm telling you, why do you think I joined this movement? Because I joined this movement for prasad. The best prasad is in Goloka Vrindavan. Who do you think cooks for Krishna every day? Radha Rani and Yashoda and other gopis. But Radha has that special. Yes, I want to get some of that. Because Krishna has a friend, Madhu Mangal, chubby Brahmin boy. So, Krishna in the morning is not hungry, so he's just nibbling. And when Yashoda's not looking, Madhu Mangala says to Krishna, can I have that sweet ball? Krishna says, yeah, go ahead. So he's always, Madhu Mangal, he's I meditate on Madhu, as you can see. I meditate on him. So those who worship Krishna will live with Krishna, and worshiping Krishna is easy. Just chant the Maha Mantra. Teach us. Now in the next verse, everybody knows this verse. Everybody knows this. I'll just say the first word, you pick it up. Patrang Yome Bhaktya Tad Ahang Bhakti Uprayatam Ashnami Prayatat Manaha. So, twice the word bhakti is used. So Krishna says, if you offer me with love and devotion, that is the secret ingredient. Again, Duryodhan made a huge feast for Krishna, but Krishna refused to eat. Why? No bhaktya. He would rather eat at Vidura simple dal, rice, but Vidura had bhakti. That's what Krishna eats, is our bhakti. So if one offers me with love and devotion a leaf, a flower, fruit, or even just water, Anybody can do that. Krishna says, I will accept. And the Sanskrit word, ashnami, one translation is I eat. Yes. If you cook with devotion for Krishna, he will eat it. And by his, remember what I said earlier, achintya shakti, he puts it back. He puts it back. Now, confidential, pay attention. When Krishna accepts the offering, as it says here, ashnami, he puts it back. It's now mixed with his saliva. That's the secret ingredient of prasad. Not offered to Krishna, it's just dal, rice, chapatis. Offered to Krishna, it has a secret ingredient, Krishna's saliva. And the gopis are mad after that. The gopis are so jealous of Krishna's flute, because if you play the flute, spit comes out. So the gopis are looking at that flute saying, hey, Krishna's lips belong to us, and that flute is male. What's it doing? This is how mad the gopis are. That Krishna's saliva, Krishna's lips belongs to us, not that flute. And there's one pastime where Radha stole the flute and then gave it to another gopi, and Krishna's going from gopi to gopi. Do you have my flute? Oh, I don't have your flute. And then Krishna goes and she gives it to. Finally, it all goes through all the gopis, comes back to Radharani. She goes, oh, here's your flute. In this way, Krishna was practically on the verge of crying. His flute is his constant companion.